Unleashing God's Word, an ongoing adventure to give the Maasina Fulani access to the Scriptures. Doug and I each felt God's calling to join Wycliffe Bible Translators before we met at college. We joined forces and followed his leading to Mali, where we lived among the Fulani people and studied the language. The Fulani are cattle herders and have a rich but complex language. In Mali, to be Fulani is to be Muslim. Over 95% of the population is Muslim.
When my Fulfulde was good enough to start translating, I began working with a colleague on the New Testament and parts of the Old. Each verse was carefully checked by a Bible translation consultant who was an expert in biblical languages. One day our Fulani translator came to me and asked what was the door to enter the religion of Jesus. I replied, Romans 10 verse 9. If you openly declare that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved.
We were hoping that would be a turning point for him, but there are many obstacles to faith for the Fulani. Fear of rejection or punishment if they become a follower of Jesus. Because they live at poverty level, they depend on family and relatives to survive.
Only about 3 in 10 Fulani can read, and for those, how are they going to discover this book hidden away in a storeroom? Maybe a book isn't the answer. Romans 10:17 says that faith comes from hearing, that is, hearing the good news about Christ. And so, 10 years later, we partnered with Faith Comes by Hearing to go back to Mali and make a dramatized recording of the New Testament.
If God didn't open the doors, we never could have gone. Mali had become quite a hotspot for terrorist groups since 2013, with a grave danger of kidnapping for foreigners. But we had unfinished business, and God was pressing on our hearts for us to go. A prayer team was organized to pray for the recording, and we sent back frequent updates. It wasn't safe for us to work in the target area, so we set up in a different city, summoning the voice talent to come to us by bus.
The team recorded the major roles first, including the Apostle Paul, who had the biggest role of all. To get more voices, we were supposed to move to a new location, but a terrorist attack in a major city put us on high alert, preventing travel. A number of the available actors didn't read well, so we prompted them instead. I read aloud, they repeated, and the technician erased my voice.
Fa kunimi elektikere am.
Fa kunimi elektikere am.
Bimi.
Bimi.
Benatatale fotere am abada.
Benatatale fotere am abada.
Then the Lord opened the door for us to travel to some Fulani Christians in another city, where we found the voices of Jude and Mary. When all was finished, we did a careful listen-through of the whole New Testament, checking for mistakes that may have slipped through. After the readers went back to the target area, we found some errors that couldn't be fixed by editing. What would we do? It was too late.
It was clear we had to go to the target area ourselves to fix them. I took a bus to the capital to borrow a vehicle that would take us and the recording team there. We quickly made the corrections, but we had one final problem. No matter how much we coached him, our child actor would not excitedly shout, "Praise be to the Son of David!"
Just 20 minutes before we had to leave town, another boy came who was a natural. Jetaja Godni Tani Dauda!
We clapped in excitement. It was the last line. The New Testament recording was complete.
Today, the internet is removing the barriers of distribution that were once enormous. The Fulfulde dramatized New Testament is now available as an audio Bible and as a smartphone app that can be passed from device to device using Bluetooth.
Join us in thanking God for the technology that enables His Word to be shared so easily. Would you consider supporting our ministry of equipping Bible translators with technology to translate and share God's Word? For further information, please go online to www.higbee.family. That's our ministry's website.